This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on the SFL Twitch network. Season 17 started off with a bang. Can week 2 bring us more excitement? With the defending champs, the Denver Nightwings, taking on the Atlanta Swarm, you bet we will. Hello everyone, I'm Tyler Falk. Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, and the home of the Swarm, the Hive. It's been a changing of the guard in Denver with the departures of longtime stalwarts Josh Miller, Jared McChesney, and Giacomo Jones, among others. Some SFL pundits had the Nightwings pegged to miss the playoffs altogether. After a strong showing in the season opener, the Denver faithful may already be planning another run for a third championship ring. Alongside me in the booth this afternoon is none other than the Hall of Fame owner and safety, Mr. Arizona Everything, and host of Say It With Your Chest, Eddie Gage.
Morning, SFL Nation over here in the desert. Good afternoon for the rest of you guys. You all know the slogan. Look to your friends to the left and right of you and say it along with me. What up, though? We got great action going on simultaneously. I got my twin brother over here in the booth calling along with you, and I can't wait for this action to see how it unfolds. Adam Wiseman, new coach of Denver, tells me he's gonna just keep things going. This is not a retool, it's a rebuild. Meanwhile, over in Atlanta, head coach Mark Chisholm tells me his defense got embarrassed last week, and he plans on switching some things up and going outside of his comfort zone to make some changes today and shock the world to defeat Denver.
And what a heartbreaking loss it was last week for the Swarm, losing on a last-second field goal for the London Knights to take victory. And we'll talk more about Denver's reloading with the new weapons they have. And one of those members is Matt Fennick, the new kicker, taking the place of Kramer Jackman, as Here We Go Football from Atlanta is live. It's going to be a good return starting from the 3 for Ryan Roosevelt, as he'll take it up to just about the 25-yard line. And so we'll see the third-year quarterback, Bryant Dynasty from Hawaii, take the field for the Swarm.
Yes, it's going to be interesting in concept here. Atlanta is coming out on offense. We have to wait and see what they plan on doing defensively. And they put on a showing last week. Can that pace continue against this vaunted Denver defense?
He had a spectacular game in the loss. 1 yard shy of 500 yards and 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. And he starts off today by throwing a deep shot over the middle, and that's hauled in by one of his favorite targets, Boo Chisholm, for a first down.
Boo Chisholm playing physical, running that skinny post. Knew he was going to get contact and held onto the ball anyway.
And Atlanta coming out in all blues as Denver is rocking some white and black unis today. 2 wide receivers far side of the formation, as BDG Hollywood is to the right of Bryant Dynasty, who will go back to throw, pass to the out route there on the far side. That's complete to Siege Falco, who turns upfield and steps out of bounds after picking up 9 yards. And let's meet the Swarm offense. We've already mentioned Mr. Bryant Dynasty at quarterback, BDG Hollywood at halfback, Mitchell O'Brien is the fullback in front of him, with Siege Falco, Boo Chisholm, and rookie Ryan Roosevelt manning the wide receiving spots. This is a very talented offense, Eddie.
Yes, it is. And as you can see, Denver on the first play of the game, they're dropping those corners back, trying to figure out what Atlanta's trying to do as we see BDG tackling the backfield here.
They try to go power run, which is something over on the other game on the For the Fans network that Arizona has had a spectacular job running the football, especially with that power I set. Atlanta unable to get going here with the first run of the game for BDG.
3rd and 3. Will Dynasty look downfield and try to catch Denver napping off guard?
And here on 3rd down, they come out in the power I. This time, BDG has a few blockers, but great containment there from Nick Kindler, the 4-year cornerback, able to contain BDG for no gain, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, at first glance, it looked like he was going to pick up that first down easily, but Denver did a great job of closing the hole and making a tackle.
So for the first time today, we'll see the punter, Chris Smith, punt this one away to Riley Quintero, who waits back deep in his own territory, right behind the 20-yard line. He gets maybe about 5 yards on the return before being tackled at the 23-yard line. And so it'll be the rookie quarterback, one of the reload pieces for this Denver Nightwings offense. Eric Price, the second-round man from Madison.
Did a great job last week versus Jacksonville on the road. He kept his composure throughout that contest and played mistake-free football.
Close to 90% completion percentage a week ago against the Jacksonville Kings, looking to maintain his strong start as he'll find a wide open man over the middle for a good pickup of about 6 yards. And that is how Denver's offensive day starts.
Denver picking up right where they left off last season, not skipping a beat despite losing a ton of talent on offense.
Denver going to quickly go back to the line here on 2nd and 4 from their own 29-yard line. Offset eye behind Eric Price. He's back to pass again this time. We'll float it near side, and that's another catch by Bryce Battle. And 2 plays, 2 completions, and a first down for the Nightwings.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he felt the pressure coming from the defensive end. I didn't catch his number on the right side, but he kept his composure and got the ball downfield to his wide open target for a first down.
Find a hole in the open zone, and let's quickly introduce you to that Nightwings offense. Eric Price, of course, is the quarterback, with Bailey O'Shaughnessy in the halfback, with R.A. Mills at fullback. 3 wide receivers make up the wide receiving core, that being Bryce Battle, Riley Quintero, and Logan Keel. 2 tight ends, Jeremy Mosley and the rookie Jim Copeland Jr., and the standout guard, Gene Benazzi, heads the men in the trenches. Another out route, this one also called in by Riley Quintero, and quickly Eric Price is 3 for 3 and quickly beyond 20 yards passing so far today.
It's been the Riley Quintero and Bryce Battle show thus far. Atlanta perhaps looking downfield, trying to take away the deep threats. It's giving up everything short. We'll see if they adjust to it.
Maybe a run set here, offset eye. Indeed, they will go to Bailey O'Shaughnessy near side. And just like how Denver was stuffing the run early, Atlanta gets into the backfield. Leo Jefferson makes the tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
And I see those adjustments that Mark Chisholm was talking about on defense. They're coming out here with a 4-4 look, something I haven't seen them do in quite some time. Here it is again.
Trying to stack up the line of scrimmage as they saw Bailey O'Shaughnessy rush for 76 yards a week ago as that pass is tipped away and nearly picked. Chris Henry there in on the coverage.
Chris Henry with the deflection, and Jack Napier was about a half step slow. Otherwise, he would still be running toward the end zone right now. That 4-4 defense is giving Denver some problems.
So quickly now, a third and about 10 yards to go here for the Nightwings. They come out, trips to the right, and Eric Price all alone in the gun.
Gun straight.
Quick drop, quick pass, far side is hauled in, and trying to spin out of a tackle is Logan Keel, but he's stopped short of the marker, and Atlanta will force Denver to punt this one away.
Yeah, actually, Atlanta did a great job right there on defense, taking away the 90-yard slants. There was nowhere to go. He checked it down to his check down, who ran the out route, who was unable to break that tackle and pick up the first down.
So both offenses having to punt this one away, as we'll see Maddie Wiseman standing about her own 40-yard line, and will send this one away as the return man just lets it bounce inside the 10, and it's a good play by the Denver special teams. They down it at the 6-yard line, Nettie.
Yeah, I mean, you see this a lot. For whatever reason, when I played football, I was always taught anything inside the 5-yard line, you're allowed to bounce. Anything outside of the 5, you should field that because the situation is just like that.
Second drive of the ball game for the Swarm. They'll start backed up in their own territory from their 6. 3 wideouts, I formation behind Bryant Dynasty. Handoff, Hollywood. He has some space, making a couple nice moves, and will pick up 6 yards as we'll introduce you to the Nightwings' defensive starters. Marlon Marshall, Hugo Reynosa, and Des Troyer are all on that defensive line, with Jose Fuentes and Adam Wiseman at the linebacking spots. Nick Kindler and Rosca Statman Santagria are the corners, with Josh Vasquez, Matt Papineau, and Isaiah King III at the safety spots. Second down, Dynasty will dump it off to BDG near side, spinning away, breaking free of a tackle and picking up extra yardage to the 27. So a drive that started deep in their own territory is moving forward rather quickly.
Yes, it is, and they're doing a great job of getting BDG out in space. He was rather unproductive last week. Today, they seem to be getting him involved early in the offense, and it's showing right here.
Able to spin out of the tackle by Nick Kindler and able to pick up that extra yards was BDG. And so both those plays involve BDG, like you said there, Eddie, and something I think someone Atlanta wants to get going early and often in this football game. Offset single back here on first down. Dynasty steps up, has to dump it off for Hollywood again. He runs backwards to the 20-yard line, and he's going to be taken down at the 21 for a loss of 6 yards.
Yeah, he was already going to take a loss on a play, but he made matters worse trying to elude 3 defenders. And I know BDG is going to the Hall of Fame here in a couple of weeks up in Houston, but that was a bad decision right there. He should have just took his loss and, moved on to the next play. Now it's second and forever.
So all 3 plays on the drive so far have involved Mr. Hollywood, but unable to create positive yards will set them up with a second and long as Dynasty will go into the gun. Good pocket for Atlanta as Dynasty throws into triple coverage. An ill-advised pass results in Matt Papino knocking it away, and it quickly brings up third down.
Yeah, I thought that was headed the other way as him and both free safety Josh Vasquez, they were fighting over that one, and Atlanta's lucky that wasn't picked off.
And Dynasty has yet to throw an interception so far in this young season, so maybe breathing a sigh of relief as he keeps his perfect record alive. Same formation from second down here on third down. 16 yards to go, have to get to the 37. Dynasty again deep pass over the middle. This time it connects to Siege Falco, and they convert on third and a country mile.
And Brian Dynasty did a great job of showing patience. He was actually looking for rookie wide receiver Ryan Roosevelt. He got bumped off his route. He was not open. He had to remain patient, ignore the noise around him, and found his receiver downfield for a first down. Big pickup on third and long.
So far, so good for Bryant Dynasty, already close to 50 yards passing on the day as they go to the power I as Denver stacks the box with 7 men in the box as one of the linemen jump offside. Free play. Dynasty near side has a hole, has blockers downfield. Bryant Dynasty is gone! Forget about it! What a play from Atlanta! Great blocking, and it's a touchdown for the Swarm!
There was actually a weak power eye. They got a free play out of it, and they're going to decline this penalty as BDG did a great job. I didn't catch the number, but he did a great job of setting up his offensive lineman by doing a quick little stutter step, faking inside, going back outside, and there was no one there to tackle him as we see on a replay. Look at this stutter step right here. Right there. He's fakes inside, goes back outside, and it is off to the races from there. Touchdown, BDG.
That's excellent coaching from the offensive line coach, able to get his men into position for Dynasty to get all the way down the field and score the touchdown. A huge play, a 45-yard rushing touchdown for BDG, and on comes Sammy Steele to knock home the extra point.
And kudos also to this Atlanta defense thus far, who's having a much greater showing than they displayed last week versus London.
Snap spot for Steele. His extra point is up and good. A 6-play, 71-yard drive results in a touchdown for Atlanta. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Riley Quintero's return will get him all the way up to the 24-yard line. And now, Eddie, Denver need to respond here early if anything is to go by how Atlanta were quick and fast on their scoring last week.
They do, absolutely. I totally agree with you. Adam Wiseman, the new head coach of this Denver defense and offense, the big question was he going to try and mold things into his own, or would he keep things status quo? And so far, it's been much of the same.
I formation to start the drive. 2 wide receivers near side. They'll go on a handoff to Bailey O'Shaughnessy. Nothing doing this time as Atlanta is able to get into the backfield for a loss of 1. And let's go ahead and meet that Atlanta defense. Chris Porter, Leo Jefferson, BRV, Billy Ray Valentine, and Joshua Williams are the men leading the trenches on the defensive line. Garrett Hudson, Cree Higgins, and Aquanta Shine are the linebackers. Jack Napier, Jay Rock, Jay Miraculous are the corners, with Moose Papanow and Chris Henry at the safety spots, as that dump off there to O'Shaughnessy picks up a couple. It'll be 3rd and 8 coming up.
Wow, Eric Price almost got killed. That was a screen pass right there. So you want to get those offensive linemen to chip the defensive linemen before they head out in front of the running back, but they did a terrible job of it right there.
Now they go back to gun straights here on 3rd down. Price back to pass over the middle, finds Riley Quintero, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Nightwings.
Riley Quintero, the 2nd-year SFL pro, has been a great job leading this receiving corps thus far this season. He was active last week, and here he is off to the races again this week.
As maybe some groans from the Atlanta faithful, as they did not like the spot of the football, but Denver converts, and it's a new set of downs for the Nightwings as Price is back to pass. Pressure coming up the middle, he's able to get it away, and that's hauled in by Bryce Battle for another huge completion, and they're across the midfield stripe.
If there is one improvement you want to see with this Atlanta defense, you would like to see them get more pressure on the quarterback. They didn't get much of it last week, and thus far they're off to a slow start this week.
One thing I've really liked about Eric Price coming from last week and so far into today is how he's just able to float the ball into his receivers and for them just to find ways to catch the ball. Good, already some great teamwork from quarterback to receiving core, as that pass again demonstrates how good Eric Price can be. This is a very strong performance from this rookie, Eddie.
And just as impressive about that is that wasn't even his primary receiver, but no one was open. He checked it down to him because the cornerback was actually fading back into the, toward the end zone, afraid of the deep pass.
So they picked up 9 yards on 1st down, 1 yard to go. Offset eye near side, and O'Shaughnessy gets the call again, and O'Shaughnessy tackled again behind the line of scrimmage by Garrett Hudson and company. 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, this defensive line for Atlanta, we just talked about their lack of pass rush, but one thing they have remained strong with is their run defense, as they are not giving this offensive line any holes for the running back to run through. 4-4 look again.
Shotgun set. Backs on either side of Price here on 3rd and short. He's back to pass. Fires it over the middle. That one's caught and inside the 20. And Eric Price converts again. Another huge completion to Logan Keel.
4-4 defense, and I believe that was inside blast 3 where you're bringing that weak side linebacker, the strong side linebacker in on a blitz. He did not get there in time. Eric Price got all the time in the world to throw the ball and found this man downfield for a big pickup of a 1st down inside the SFL red zone.
Like you said there, Eddie, for the first time here today, Denver is inside the red zone. 4 wide as Price goes under center, pressure coming off the edge. He's able to somehow find Bailey O'Shaughnessy on the dump off, and O'Shaughnessy able to spin forward for a pickup of 5. Very, very close for Price hitting the turf.
Yeah, it was. And you just talked about him getting that loft on the ball. And it was necessary that time as he had to get the ball over the defensive lineman over there. And he did a nice job getting that ball out there.
Price willing to sacrifice his body for the betterment of the team. They'll come out same formation again here on 2nd and 5. It'll be another dump off to O'Shaughnessy near side as O'Shaughnessy gets hit hard at the 13. And that's where he'll be stopped.
Yeah. Right now, this Atlanta defense is doing a great job of introducing O'Shaughnessy to the SFL pros. I believe that was Chris Henry on the tackle.
Another 3rd down on the drive here for the Nightwings. Price back to pass again. This one's hauled in by O'Shaughnessy again on a 3rd dump-off pass, but he's going to be marked just shy of the line to gain. And so it's decision time as we reach the end of the 1st quarter. It's Atlanta 7 with Denver driving. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on Twitch.
That's a fair.
Welcome back to the Hive here in Atlanta, Georgia, where it's pretty sweltering, 94 degrees outside, but here in the Hive, it's nice and controlled as Denver will look to go for it here on fourth down. They come out with 4 wide, trying to start off the second quarter hot. 10 seconds left to go on the game clock. It may look like they're just trying to get Atlanta to jump offside, but credit the home crowd here for Atlanta, able just to motivate their guys to not jump offside, and so Denver's going to be forced to waste a timeout.
You're absolutely right, and it's a good thing that they did not let to go for it, because based off the plays that Atlanta has been running thus far, had they not gotten pressure, Denver had a wide open tight end out toward the flat.
And so instead, we'll see the kicking team come onto the field and attempt a pretty short, quick kick by Matt Fennick.
Kick is up, and it is good from 27 yards out.
Lost a little bit of connection there from my POV, but I'm glad you were able to see that, Eddie, as Denver answers Atlanta's touchdown with a quick 3 points of their own.
Oh, yeah, I did too, but thanks to the guys in the replay truck, I was able to see it.
Absolutely, as Matt Fennick will go ahead and kick this one away to Ryan Roosevelt, who starts his return at about the 2, takes it up to about the 20, angles to the far side, and is nearly folded in half like a lawn chair right there at the 26. And out comes Atlanta, where it was a huge run by BDG last time out that put 7 points on the board for the Swarm.
Yeah, the Swarm is looking to continue what they left off at and put more pressure on this Denver defense. Denver's selling for 3 right now, while Atlanta's walking away with 7. Can they keep this momentum going?
Offset eye again as the linebackers shift to the near side of the formation. Dynasty back to pass here on first down. Looking for a corner route, and he's got his man for the first down to the 43. It's Jamal Wooding, the tight end, picking up the reception.
Wow, great play. I mean, talk about putting some touch on this ball. I thought that was going to be batted down at the least, and he found a way to get it over the outstretched arms of the defender and pick up the first down. That was an impressive throw by Brian Dynasty.
Very nicely done by the former first overall pick, if I'm not mistaken, from the season 14 draft. New set of downs here for Atlanta from their own 43. Dynasty back to pass, another shot over the middle, and just like that, they're marching into Denver territory, and it's Siege Falco flying over the middle and hauling in another big reception.
Matt Papino had a beat on that football, and I thought he was going to pick this ball off, and somehow Bryant continues to thread the needle.
Third straight first down of the drive. Offset single back to the way of the tight ends on the far side as BDG gets the dump off and will rumble forward for about 5 yards before being taken down by Jose Fuentes, the new signing from Sioux Falls.
Yes, Sioux Falls stays in the division. He got, they let him go, or he decided to not re-sign, whatever the case may be. But he didn't go far. He stayed right in the division. He can't wait to play his old team, I'm sure.
And he goes playing right beside one of the all-time greats, Nick Fargo, to playing aside another all-time great, Adam Wiseman. But that play went absolutely nowhere. The Denver Nightwings read that like a book.
Yes, they did. Talk about a jailbreak. The offensive line gave that play no chance.
So after a first down play that resulted in 5, they go back 2 on second, and now it's 3rd and 7 for Atlanta as they come out 4 wide and Dynasty in the gun. Again looking over the middle, and who else but Siege Falco picking up the reception, and they're inside the red zone.
Bryant Dynasty, I'm telling you, he had a great game last week. I don't know, this man is on a mission to prove that he belongs in this league, and he continues to thread the needle and make some great throws. Bryant Dynasty is on his A game thus far this season.
Siege Falco already has 4 receptions for close to 60 yards on the day. Another pass for Dynasty, looking to the end zone. That one's nearly picked off as Matt Papineau, the corner, turns safety, unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, he wanted to preempt any end zone dancing on his watch, looking for Sage Falco. He was having none of it.
So after the incomplete pass, out come the Atlanta Swarm on another 2nd and 10. Near formation, 3 wide. Quick drop here from Dynasty. Look at far side, and that one nearly picked up again. That was pretty well covered by the Nightwings, and it's 3rd down.
Bryant had no business throwing that pass as there was no one open, and he elected to throw that ball in the hands of 2 would-be defenders. He's lucky to walk away without an interception on that one.
3rd down now for the Swarm. 4 wide, Dynasty in the gun. Coverage backs off. And Dynasty pumps once, looking to the end zone, and it's nearly intercepted for a 3rd straight play. This time, Rosca Statman Sanagria gets his hands on it, and out comes the field goal unit.
And you said it yourself, pre-snap, Denver backed off. Bryant should have checked that ball down and tried to get his receiver to pick up that 1st down with his legs. Instead, he tried to do it with his arm. This is a team sport, young man. You got teammates around you who can make plays. Throw that ball short, and hopefully he can pick up the 1st down.
So out comes Sammy Steele to attempt a 35-yarder from the right hash. Snap spot, and the kick is up, and it is good. A field goal is answered by another field goal for Atlanta. It's 10-3. Visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player to join our community, the league, and the teams that play in it, and a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,500 games, and it's thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The Simulation Football League, 17 seasons strong.
And we aren't stopping anytime soon either, Tyler.
Exactly, as Riley Quintero's return gets all the way to the 26, and that is where Denver will take over on their next possession.
Both special teams units for these teams have done a great job of getting some nice returns out of their special teams units.
Credit that to Ryan Roosevelt and Riley Quintero, respectively. 2 young guys, Quintero in his 2nd season, Ryan Roosevelt, the rookie over there in Atlanta. 2 very strong wide receivers in their own right. Price throws it, and it's another floater and another pass completion to Bryce Battle.
Wow, I mean, J-Rock read that ball beautifully. He did everything but come down with it. I thought that ball was going to get intercepted, but it was just out of his reach.
The amount of touch that this young quarterback has is impressive. Coming in to take over for the departed Josh Miller, he's done an excellent job so far in 6 quarters of action.
Yes, he has. I mean, versus Jacksonville, they can get him today as they hand the ball off. Oh, my goodness.
O'Shaughnessy found a hole up the middle and will take it past the 1st down marker and more to the 46-yard line.
And if Denver's going to have some success today, it looks like they're going to need the legs of Brian O'Shaughnessy to get him there to take some of the pressure off of this rookie quarterback looking to win on the road.
That's O'Shaughnessy's longest run of the game. Most of his runs have not been able to get past the line of scrimmage, a very promising sign for the rookie running back. Price back to throw here on this 1st down. That's caught near side by the rookie-to-rookie connection. That's Jim Copeland Jr., the tight end, picking up 6 yards.
Yeah, Denver is coming to this season with 2 tight ends for the first time that I can ever recall having 2-star tight ends on their roster. And as a result of that, they have employed this formation to their playbook as I have not seen it before.
Throwing a little bit of a wrinkle into opposing teams' game plans and has so far worked out pretty well for the Nightwings. Power eye set to the far side, and they'll look to pass out of it. They'll find O'Shaughnessy on the far side. He gets past the line to gain and gets a couple more.
Eric Price, 15 of 16 for 119 yards with only one ball hitting the ground.
His impressive completion percentage continues from last week as, again, he's able just to put enough touch on the football to find his receivers, and he's going to pass again on first down, finds O'Shaughnessy on the far side.
Ooh.
And something unlike what we've seen Dynasty do so far today is he's willing and able to just check it down to his running back just to save his face and just to pick up a couple yards here and there.
Nothing wrong with chucking the ball off that, short to preserve, as you said, preserve your body, because these defensive linemen can hit and they hit hard.
And something I know you'll like, Eddie, Arizona tacks on 3 points in the game going on for the fans. 20-6 the score line there as Price finds another man over the middle. That's the other tight end, Jeremy Mosley, picking up the first down.
And Denver continues to come out with this ace formation, putting those tight ends out wide along with these wide receivers. And I just wonder if Atlanta saw that last week, but because so far this 4-4 defense has had a problem stopping it.
Atlanta thinking the 4-4 might have been able to help with a couple speedy tight ends. Right now, the tight ends are having their way with this Atlanta defense. Strong eye set for the Nightwings as O'Shaughnessy has a room to run, tries to juke out of the way of Moose Papanow, but the Moose got to Bailey O'Shaughnessy and stopped him before he could cross the line to gain.
The Moose practically helped the guy up and said, "Welcome to the SFL pros, young man."
Take a look at it again. Good downfield blocking there by Logan Keel, the man who's returning to the SFL after leaving in season 10 when the Denver Nightwings were back in San Antonio.
It's a good thing Bailey had his chin straps buckled up on that play, because that was a bone-jarring hit.
Absolutely.
F-Wayne Jokers.
And the handoff to O'Shaughnessy as O'Shaughnessy gets leveled, and he takes a little bit of time maybe to regain his consciousness as Aquantis Shine lays the lumber on him.
Aquantis Shine, newest Hall of Fame member, will be inducted next week down in Houston. Looking for a win today, though.
And we'll talk more about that convention here in a little bit as it's 3rd and short for the Nightwings. Handoff to O'Shaughnessy again, going nowhere as Chris Henry comes back into the backfield and takes him down for a loss.
Chris Henry has made a number of plays today for this defense, and that was a bone-jarring hit that's going to actually result in a loss on the play, and Denver's have to settle for yet another field goal here in the red zone.
So on comes Matt Fennick. This is his first season in Denver, the signing out of Louisiana. A week ago, 1 for 1, had a longer 21. This one from 31. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good. So 2 possessions result in 2 Denver field goals, and it's 10-6 Atlanta. We talked about the SFL convention. The SFL invades Houston August 6th through the 8th to induct the 2021 Hall of Fame class, showcase live and in-person Week 3 action, and to connect with the SFL community from all around the world. Look out for live camera feeds from the event on our Twitch channel all weekend long at twitch.tv/SimulationFL. 1 week to go until the convention. Eddie, how hyped are you?
I'm very hyped. I cannot wait to get out there. I'm actually leaving a day early to go out there and meet up with Mike St. Green and company at his house.
Absolutely. He's hosting a little get-together for all the SFL community that Thursday night. I'm looking forward to that, as well as Ryan Roosevelt's return gets a very good return, Eddie, all the way to the 29th.
Yeah, these special teams units, as I said, they're doing a great job of setting their offenses up in great starting field position.
So they'll start the 29, offset eye behind Dynasty. Under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Dynasty looking to break out a couple tackles, but good tackling there from the Nightwings holds them to no gain.
Great tackling, because the left side defensive end saw the right guard come out and pull on a strong power play, but he picked him off and did not allow him to get out in front of his running back so that they can rally to the football and make the tackle.
2nd and 10 now for the Swarm as the linebackers shift over to the near side. Dynasty's going to dump it off to the far side. That's for BDG Hollywood, and Hollywood stretches his arms trying to get the first down, but they'll mark him just shy. It'll be 3rd and inches.
Yeah, anytime they got BDG out in space so far, they've had success with it. You just wonder how much they'll keep going to that well because Denver has yet to contain it.
So will they look to maybe punch it forward with BDG to get the short yardage gain on the ground, or will they go back to the air here on 3rd down? They'll go with a run to Hollywood.
Oh.
Far side, taken down by Garrett Hudson, the rookie from Birmingham, and it's a 3 and out.
Yeah, I thought BDG should have cut up field about a step earlier when he had a hole, but he elected to continue to try to get outside, and the result got tackled short of the line of gain.
So 3 plays result in a punt. On comes the punter, Chris Smith. Fair catch called for by Riley Quintero. And they'll mark him at the 28-yard line with 2 minutes, 38 seconds left to go in the half.
So far, Atlanta's defense is playing much better than they did last week. Can they keep this pace going and try to come away with a win? But there's still a lot of football left to be played.
4-4 look again from the Atlanta Swarm defense. Offset eye behind Eric Price, so Chauncey gets the call up the middle, and will take it maybe for a gain of 3 as he's wrapped up by Quanta Shine.
Yeah, that time Atlanta came out in a man look, and Aquana Shine was fortunate to be able to separate from his blocker and make the tackle.
Might see one more play before the 2-minute warning as Denver lines up in a near formation. Hand up O'Shaughnessy again. Spins once, spins twice, and picks up about 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 1. When we come back from the 2-minute warning, it's Atlanta 10, Denver 6. Here on Twitch, you're watching the SFL presented by 8 p.m. Music. Two minutes to go here in the first half from Atlanta, Georgia. 4 wide here on a 3rd and short. Eric Price, pressure coming, and he's taken down for the first time today. A loss of 4 as it's Joshua Williams getting into the backfield.
The man they call Swole. Big-time players make big-time plays, and in that moment, Atlanta looking to continue in their streak of playing good defense here versus the defending champion Denver Nightwings. Swole came to play.
Gene Panazzi unable to contain Mr. Williams, Mr. Swole, and that time it results in a Denver punt.
Denver milking this clock.
Taking as much time off the clock as possible, trying to leave Atlanta with as little time as possible. You are right there, Eddie, as Matty Wiseman's punt is away for Ryan Roosevelt as he jukes past. He fumbled the ball, but it's quickly recovered by Atlanta. Heads up play there from number 37.
Talk about being Johnny on the spot. he was right there to make the play. Once that ball was fumbled, he picked it up rather quickly, and good news for them he did, because there were 3 different night wings waiting to pick that ball up and run into the end zone with it.
Number 37 being J. Rock, the rookie out of Madison, the corner for Atlanta, as now Atlanta will get the ball here on the 40. BDG trying to immediately repay J. Rock's fumble recovery with a big scamper, picks up 4 before being taken down, and they'll go into the hurry up.
A minute left.
All 3 timeouts left for Atlanta's Dynasty's wrapped up and thrown to the ground for a loss of a couple, and Atlanta quickly uses one of their timeouts.
They've been going to BDG all day out in the flat in that situation. For whatever reason, he continued to look downfield. The pocket collapsed as they were trying to set up the screen, so there was no one there to defend their quarterback, and he takes a hit, and as a result of it, takes unnecessary negative play.
Dynasty comes out in the gun 4 wide. Have to get past the 50 to convert as Dynasty looks deep down the middle. Finds his man at the 36-yard line. A huge play, and they quickly call a timeout.
Again, Bryant Dynasty seeking out Sage Falco in the middle of the field. He's been his leading receiver thus far, targeted 7 times, and he continues to thread this needle. I'm telling you, he must have been working on his arm strength this offseason, because there was some zip on that ball.
Have to check the radar gun. Maybe that ball speed's going close to 80 miles an hour, it looks like sometimes, especially when you have a speedy Siege Falco streaking across the middle of the field. Dynasty again in the gun, this time only 2 wideouts here on this first down. Back to pass, 45 seconds to go, and that one is knocked aside by Rosca Santagrea, again looking for Siege Falco.
Yeah, Rosca did a great job of closing the airspace between him and the receiver, forcing him toward the flat. There was nowhere to go with that football, and Brian did a great job of throwing it toward the sideline. Either his receiver would catch it or would go incomplete.
This would be maybe just outside of Sammy Steele's ring, so maybe just looking to get a couple more yards. A quick couple passes would do it, as BDG is wide open in the flat as he spins forward and gets beyond the 30-yard line to the 28. And again, Atlanta in the hurry up.
How does BDG not get dizzy?
Absolutely. They're looking for him again, but the pressure was too quick and too fast, and Dynasty again goes down for a sack.
Yeah, that time, he didn't even have time to find his first read, as Greg Verne was in his lap as soon as he said hike. And wow, they got to do a better job, defending their quarterback if they're going to expect to win this ball game and keep him upright all season.
And they will indeed trot out Sammy Steele. This is going to be a long one. This will be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. He's perfect so far on the season. This will be his 4th attempt. High snap corral there as it's snap spot. Kick is up, and it is good. It sneaks into the corner, and Atlanta extend the lead by 3.
He didn't make it by much, but one thing he did do as soon as he made that field goal was look toward the sideline, because last week they elected to not have him attempt a 50-yard field goal and instead rather punt it. And this time when he made that 49-yard field goal, he looked toward the sideline and said, hey, I can be depended on. That's why you guys brought me here. Let me do my job.
So as time continues to tick down, we got 26 seconds left to go here in the first half. We're going to be looking for another good return here from Riley Quintero. He comes to the 20s, cuts it inside. He's wrapped up at the 26-yard line, so 20 seconds to go in the half here, Eddie. Maybe a shot downfield from Eric Price. He's been pretty good throwing the football today.
Let's see how much trust this coaching staff has in their rookie quarterback. Do they even allow him the opportunity to make that choice? Let's see.
I'll go gun straight here to begin the drive. They have 2 timeouts. One of those timeouts was used earlier in the half. Deep pass, near side, somehow corralled. There on the near side by Logan Keel. Welcome back to the SFL, and they're quickly beyond the 50, but there's time ticking down. 6 seconds. Eric Price finally gets under center. 4 seconds. Quick shot, near side, Riley Quintero, and they call a timeout with 1 second to go.
And talk about, I'm not sure why they didn't call that timeout earlier. They elected not to, but be that as it may, should they elect to kick a field goal here, it's going to be from about 52 yards out. How much confidence do they have in Matt Finnick to make that field goal, or will they attempt to go for a Hail Mary? He actually missed a field goal attempt in preseason versus St. Louis. Let's see how much confidence they have in the young man.
And he's going to have all the leg in the world, 51 yards from the left hash. Snap spot, kick is on the way, and it is no good. It is short, and the score remains as it were, 13-6 as we go into halftime, Eddie Gage.
Yeah, at this moment, Denver fans are just sitting back wishing that Kramer Jackman was still around to play one more game. But Matt Finnick is the man now. But as time goes on and he builds up that leg strength, he'll be just fine.
Third season of the league still has plenty of time left in the SFL as we do hit the halftime break. And compared to last week for the Swarm, where they were involved in the shootout with Johnny Pickler and the London Knights, this one has been pretty quiet comparison.
It has. It's a much more contested battle defensively. Atlanta took some pride in that loss. They walked away from it with their defense getting shredded time and time again for big plays downfield. And talking to Mark pregame, he said he had about enough of that, and he spent a lot of time in the lab this week trying to get that corrected. In fact, I was online one day early this week, and it was about 1:30 in the morning, and he was online working on his playbook. So he spent a lot of time this week getting his guys ready, and thus far it showed as his defense is putting up a much better showing in comparison to last week. On the flip side, their offense is also playing not up to par as they did versus London, but you wouldn't expect that kind of performance versus the defending champion Denver Nightwings. Thus far, Sage Falco is leading the team in receptions and targets for 86 yards, but they're going to need more involvement from the other playmakers. Boo Chisholm was only targeted twice in the entire first half. They're going to need more out of him, as well as that big time tight end Jamal Whitting. He's a big downfield threat, and thus far he only has one catch. So they're going to need more from this offense, as well as more production out of BDG. He's getting the opportunities, but you just expect more out of him than that. But there's a lot of football left, and you don't expect the kind of productivity versus the defending champion Denver Nightwings. So hopefully they can find a way to muster up enough offense. For Denver, they've done a great job of keeping their running game, Bailey O'Shaughnessy involved, in particular in the second half. He has 10 carries thus far, but you want to take some of that load off of Eric Price. Although thus far he's only missed one target. He's 18 of 19 for 156 yards. He's done a great job leading this offense, but they need to capitalize more in the red zone. They're going to find a way to come up with a win.
Quarterback play has not been the issue for either side so far today as we welcome you back here to the Hive. As I'm Tyler Falk, he's the Hall of Famer Eddie Gage, with Cameron Irvine, the commissioner and producer back at SFL HQ, and our statistician for the day is Justin Rasai, who's making us sound smarter than we actually are. Thank you, gentlemen, for all the hard work you put in as the second half of action is just about ready to get underway. Kicks away, and Riley Quintero again gets the return started, this time from about his 1 yard line, trying to shake off a couple tackles, but this time, one of the few times today, his return's been stopped short of that 25-yard line. He'll all start at the 22.
It has, but one thing I did notice, he got from 0 to 100 real quick, but due to the coverage with special teams units, he didn't get the success he's gotten earlier.
That's the one thing I think we've all seen as he came through the SFL minor league and into now the Denver Nightwings wide receiving core, is just the ability for him to get up to speed in a hurry. As Price will find Bailey O'Shaughnessy, a couple of the new members of the Denver Nightwings squad on the dump off to the far side. He picks up 6 yards for the first drive of the second half.
Atlanta continues to blitz, and they continue to feed their running back O'Shaughnessy with these dump-off passes as a result of it.
Second down for the 29-yard line. As again, they come out in the ace set, two tight ends, this time flexed out to left and right. Pass near side on the out route. That's hauled in by Jeremy Mosley, one of those tight ends, and it's a first down for Denver.
Jeremy Mosley, with his first catch of the ball game, picks up 9 yards. He wants to get more involved this season as time goes on. Excuse me, that's his second reception, and I believe they both came off the same play.
Good start to the drive here for the Nightwings as again they come out in this ace set as Atlanta packs the line. They'll again pass it. O'Shaughnessy on the dump off near side as he runs through a tackle and picks up 9 yards.
O'Shaughnessy looking like the man who just retired. Jared McChesney on that play, able to shake off a tackle and pick up yardage.
That's one thing we've seen maybe a little bit different is McChesney was able to get things done more so on the ground as so far this season, as Bailey O'Shaughnessy has been able to do a whole lot of work through the air, picking up his only touchdown so far of his young SFL career in that aspect. Quick drop from Price, has time, floats it to the left side. That's hauled in for a big gain and another first down as Eric Price again, his completion streak continues.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed thus far throughout this ball game is they continue to give these receivers and tight ends cushions out there, but they're doing a great job of riding into the football. They don't want to give up anything deep, and perhaps it's going to be the recipe for continuing to allow Denver to bend but not break this defense.
New set of downs here for Denver. They come out in a bunch set to the far side. Price throws that way and finds Logan Keel for another big gain down into the 18-yard line.
Yeah, they brought the blitz once again, and Logan Keel made him pay for it as he runs a corner route. And the corner playing too far inside. He needs to be outside the numbers there. He gets inside, too busy peeking at the quarterback, and as a result of it, gives us a big play. Jay Miraculous got to be better than that. He's a veteran.
And he had 2 interceptions a week ago against Johnny Pickler and those London Knights. So far today, neither defense has been able to come up with a turnover. Price back to pass again. This time is going to go way too far to the near side, looking for Logan Keel, but maybe the pressure coming from up the middle had something to do with that.
It did. They brought the blitz once again out of that 4-4 look, and he did not have time to throw and didn't allow the play time to develop, and as a result, it's an incomplete pass.
Price trots back to the line. He'll go into the gun this time as they go into the gun straights as the corners shift forward, playing a little bit more bump coverage there on the outside. Price, all slants pattern over the middle, finds Jeremy Mosley, and they're inside the 5 to the 3.
Eric Price continues to matriculate this offense down the field little by little. They continue to give him everything up underneath, and he continues to take advantage of it this time, throwing the ball a bit further downfield, and Eric Mosley has been more productive here in the second half thus far.
So now the Atlanta defense are backed up into their own end zone as Denver looking to punch it in and possibly take the lead here in the third quarter. Strong eye, near side, 4-4 look, pressure comes. They go to O'Shaughnessy on the ground and nothing doing as the swarm defense swarmed to Bailey O'Shaughnessy and took him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Jeremy Mosley, I apologize. You are world champion. You won a championship last night. I should know your name by now. Excuse me, Jeremy.
Again, Denver comes out in an offset eye. This time they come out with a flex tight end to the left.
Great
Price
defense.
back to pass. Good defense indeed as O'Shaughnessy gets the dump off. He tries to spin into the end zone, but he's taken down 2 yards shy of it, and it's 3rd and goal.
Yeah, that was great defense by Atlanta. There was no one open, but an even better job by Eric Price not forcing anything and then letting that time to dump it off.
Crucial 3rd down coming up.
Look at
3rd and goal from the 2.
That bunch formation at the bottom. Someone's going to be open if he has time.
And the offensive line hold. He has good protection, looking for the corner route, and it's hauled in by Jeremy Mosley. Touchdown, Nightwings!
I called it. I mean, again, if he's gonna get time to throw, they're gonna be wide open. There was too much of a responsibility from that corner over there to try to cover everybody, and he was unable to do so. Touchdown, Denver.
And so on comes Matt Fennick on to attempt the extra point. He missed the field goal to end the first half, now looking to tie up the ball game with an extra point here.
We got some great football being played out here on both sides of the ball for both teams.
Absolutely.
Snap.
Spot. The kick is up and it is good, and it's as you were as we started the football game, 13 apiece here midway through the third quarter. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. As Roosevelt had some space on the far side and just stutter step to halt his progress, and he's taken down at the 29.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he would have scored, but he definitely would have picked up a bit more yardage there had he let it just keep going.
All in all, a good return again for the rookie wide receiver, as the Swarm will be set up with decent field position on their own 29. Dynasty sees the linebacker shifting to his right side and calls an audible. The power run to BDG far side, has a couple blockers, spins to the inside, still fighting defenders, and it's going to result in a pickup of 4 yards for the halfback.
And you called it. He saw the linebacker shift to his right side, and he audibled and ran the ball right into the teeth of that defense. And BDG, with his Hall of Fame himself, still managed to pick up 4 yards.
He is one tough monster to take down. And the little lineman shift again. Last time this happened, it resulted in a touchdown. And this time it's a huge pickup all the way across the 50. And that right there is Boo Chisholm. We haven't called his name a whole lot today, Eddie.
Yeah, we talked about him needing to get more involved in the second half. And I believe the only reason Brian threw that ball to him because he knew it was a free play no matter what. And wow, great pickup. I didn't think he would come down with that ball.
Throws it in contested coverage, and that's just the height of Boo Chisholm coming to bear right there. All 6'4", 210 pounds of the 10-season vet. An offset eye to the right side. One wide receiver. They'll run in the direction of the offset eye with BDG. Shrugs off 1 tackle, 2 tackles, and then is taken down at the line of scrimmage by Jose Fuentes.
Yeah, BDG is human, and they continue to run to the heart of the defense. That time, BDG unable to elude the host of defenders who were waiting on him.
So 2nd and 10, right from the same spot they were on first down. Hand off Hollywood up the middle. Has a couple of blockers, and it'll go to the 40-yard line, just a yard shy of the first down, and some good progress after getting stuffed on first down.
The fullback for Atlanta, Mitchell O'Brien, just did a great job of cleaning out Jose Fuentes and pushing him about 3 yards to his right to allow that play to happen.
Lead a couple more blocks to get past the line to gain at the 39. Instead, they'll go to the air. It's a quick out route near side. That's hauled in for the reception. And that is going to be Show Nuff, the tight end, picking up the first down.
Yeah. Oh, that's an interesting name there.
Very interesting name. A new face to the team for the Atlanta Swarm, as it's a new set of downs for Atlanta on the 32 of Denver. Under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Dynasty back to pass, farts it over the middle, and guess who? Siege Falco again. They're down to the 15.
Yeah, both receivers cross, making it very tough on the defense. You have a split decision to make you have only a moment to make a decision, as you have them both crossing there. Are you going to give up the corner, or are you going to give up the skinny post? Tough job for any free safety in this league to cover.
and it looks like the more often they run that switch play there, Eddie, the Denver defense has tuned in to that post route. Deep pass over the middle into coverage, and it's knocked aside by Matt Papineau.
He continues to flirt with disaster, and somehow he continues to elude having these turn into interceptions. As we talked about them getting Jamal Wooding involved, that time he tried to force it, and he's lucky to walk away with yet another incomplete pass.
Wooding only has one reception on the day for 16 yards, as Siege Falco still being the most favorite target for Bryant Dynasty here today with 6.
Jamal on the sidelines on this play.
We'll see what they go with here on this second down. Split back formation behind Bryant Dynasty. 3 wide. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Pass over the middle to a wide open receiver, and Atlanta will retake the lead. Ryan Roosevelt, his first touchdown of his rookie campaign.
You know, when I talked to Mark Chisholm about this young man, he could not help but smile ear to ear every time I brought up his name, because he says, man, this guy's a playmaker. He's going to make big plays for us. It seems like every jump ball, every 50-50 ball, he comes down with it. That time it was not as tough as he worked his way downfield, got wide open, and Ryan Roosevelt gets Atlanta the lead back.
Now on comes Sammy Steele to knock home the extra point. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good. Atlanta retake the lead. It's 20-13. Visit the SFL's YouTube channel at youtube.com/simulationfl for an archive of every game, every draft, every moment you might have missed since the Simulation Football League got its start in 2013. SFL YouTube features top 10 plays of the week, archive people behind players segments, and all the major milestones in league history. Riley Quintero gets his return started from about the 5 and runs right into the teeth of the coverage unit, and will be taken down at the 26-yard line.
Denver, a lot of football left, plenty of time. Both defenses are playing well, but they got to find a way to matriculate these drives into touchdowns rather than field goal attempts and punting.
So on comes the Night Wings offense. They'll start with an offset I and a handoff to Bailey O'Shaughnessy far side, who sneaks through a couple defenders and will pick up 2 yards. As Eddie, Bailey O'Shaughnessy hasn't been able to get a whole lot going on the ground compared to last week. What do they have to do to get him more involved as we get closer to the end of the quarter?
Well, the first thing they need to do is get their offensive linemen to wake up. They're doing a great job of protecting their quarterback, but they aren't able to get him out in space, with him being a finesse back and take advantage of this Atlanta defense.
The play action to O'Shaughnessy. They're looking for an out route, and that was one of the more dangerous throws I've seen Eric Price throw so far this season. He's lucky that's not intercepted.
Yes, he has. Both quarterbacks today have been fortunate to walk away with incomplete passes rather than picks.
Third and 8 coming up for the Night Wings as they come out in the gun straights package from their own 28-yard line. Price back to pass, good pocket. All slants pattern is going to go in and out of the hands of his intended target, and they're going to have to settle for a punt, a 3-and-out.
Atlanta's defense is getting no help from their 4-and-4 in terms of pass rush. But I'm telling you, the back end is doing a great job. They have come to play today, despite all the time that this Eric Price is getting back there to throw the ball. He's unable to complete drives. And once again, Denver finds themselves punting.
So we have a low-scoring game here as the Fort Worth and Arizona game is getting closer to its conclusion. That game is also pretty low-scoring as well. Arizona 20, Fort Worth 9 as Fort Worth tack on another field goal, as Donnie Hands has been the story over in that game with 1 touchdown and over 100 yards receiving.
I was hoping you didn't jinx us. But let's go special teams for Arizona.
As Atlanta here in this ball game walk up to the line from their own 38. Dynasty in the gun. 2 backs on either side of him, 2 wide receivers to his right. He's back to pass, will float it over the middle. That one's caught, and that'll pick up a good chunk of yards, 5 yards for Siege Falco.
Yeah, taking what the defense gives him, he was wide open instead of forcing it downfield, which I thought he was going to do because he was open for a moment there. Came to his senses, dumped it off to Siege Falco, throws a completion of 5 yards, and lives for another day.
Offset eye, this is a weak eye set for the Swarm as they'll hand off for Hollywood up the middle, and he'll only pick up maybe 2 yards as, again, that's Jose Fuentes in on the stop.
Arizona, y'all, let's go!
Well, Eddie, you were watching that game alongside ours. What did Arizona do in that ball game?
We got a turnover on downs, and Fort Worth is out of timeouts, and that game is about to be a rip.
There you go. Mr. Arizona, everything
Oh,
proven
good
is
run,
worth
BDG.
there as BDG Hollywood shakes off a tackle and picks up the first down. The 10-season future Hall of Famer showing us he loves to run tough.
Yeah, I mean, he isn't having the greatest of days. I mean, he does have I believe, a run of 45 yards is long, but man, he's off to a slow start this season.
Something that hasn't hurt them too much here in this ball game. Empty backfield 4 wide here for Atlanta. Dynasty just willing to dump it off over the middle for Jamal Wooding. His second catch of the ball game, and it results in 6 yards.
Yeah, I thought he was about to try to force the ball to Boo Chisholm, who had a strong safety over the top waiting on him, but he once again checked it down. I mean, he's made some boneheaded decisions today, but thus far here, and late in the third, he's made some great, solid decisions.
Offset single back, linebackers shift to the left, then to the right. Dynasty takes a quick drop and floats that ball into triple coverage. Somehow finds Siege Falco again, and they haul him down to the 30.
Yeah, Siege Falco and the rest of his receiving corps stepped up big time in the second half, you know, trying to wait and remain patient for the run game to get going. But when called upon, this receiving corps stepped up.
Just over a minute left to go here in the third quarter. Power eye set, they'll run with Hollywood, far
Good block.
side. Able to get through his blockers and pick up a good chunk of yards, that being 5 down to the Denver 25.
Yeah, I didn't catch the number, but Denver had a linebacker in the backfield waiting to tackle BDG for a loss. But the tight end playing out behind the line of scrimmage did a great job of forcing him outside and getting BDG the room he needed to make that play.
They'll flip the power eye set, this time to the near side as Denver shows blitz and will send the house as Hollywood sneaks forward for maybe a yard. And he'll get to the 24, 3rd and 4 coming up.
Great job by Denver. BDG wanted to get outside, but they kept their outside shoulder free, forcing him back inside, setting up this 3rd and 4. Denver needs to find a way to get this defense off the field.
3 wide out, split back behind Bryant Dynasty here on 3rd down. Looking to extend the lead before the end of the quarter. Hollywood gets the call up the middle, and there's nothing doing as Des Troyer stops him to end the quarter. Get your 4s up and 86s up in chat. We're reaching the 4th quarter. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Twitch.
Atlanta looking to push this lead to 2-score lead here versus the defending champions to start the 4th quarter.
Sammy Steele on to attempt a 41-yarder from near the right hash. Snap spot kick is up, and they do extend the lead to 10 points. It's 23-13. 8 p.m. Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. 8 p.m. Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit 8pmmusic.com. And Riley Quintero gets his return start from the 2, angles it near side, and tries to get through a couple of tackles, and he's taken down at the 28-yard line. We want to welcome everyone joining us from the Arizona and Fort Worth game. Great call, Michael Torillo and Charles Dougherty. Welcome everyone to the Hive here in Atlanta, Georgia. The Swarm have a 23-13 lead, and it's been a quarterback duel. No interceptions for either quarterback, and both quarterbacks playing extremely well, especially this quarterback, Eric Price, the rookie. As he's back to pass again, he floats it outside to Bryce Battle, and that's his 26th completion on 30 attempts, Eddie.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, Atlanta continues to give them everything they want underneath, but Denver has been unable to turn those drives into touchdowns because they refuse to allow anything over the top.
And they've just been able to get maybe 5 yards of play, 10 yards of play. Eric Price not being too picky and been able to find his receivers in space. However, one strong suit for this Atlanta defense has been the ability to get to Bailey O'Shaughnessy in the backfield for another tackle for loss.
Another tackle for loss. This time it was outside linebacker Cree Higgins leading the way along with 2 other defenders to make that tackle. They haven't done well with the pass rush, but they've done a great job containing this run game.
Offset eye now for Denver here on 3rd down. Price floats it over the middle, and that time it's going to be incomplete. Too often we've seen today that pass be caught, and this time Aquantis Shine knocks it away for a quick 3 and out.
Aquantis Shine, Hall of Fame linebacker, 2nd all-time in tackles. This time showing he can cover wide receivers too.
On a punt this one away is Matty Wiseman. Ryan Roosevelt waits in his own territory, awaiting the return. As Roosevelt will elect to return this one from the 29-yard line, tries to go up the middle, and he's taken down at the 33-yard line. So on comes Bryant Dynasty and the Swarm, just looking to maybe salt this one away and keep as much possession as possible.
Yeah, at this point, you just wonder, will Atlanta continue to be aggressive, or they look to try to burn time off the clock? I think you play to win and try to stay aggressive.
Offset single back here on 1st down for the Swarm. Dicey's back to throw. He'll dump it off for BDG on the far side, who spins away from 1, heads up the sideline, and he'll go into Denver territory on the first play of the drive, down to the 48.
Yeah, Jamal Wooding didn't get involved too much in the passing game thus far today, but he did a great job of getting out in front of his running back, trying to get him additional yardage with a great block on Jose Fuentes and trying to get downfield and get a block on another defender.
He was able to spin out of the tackle there by Nick Kindler, and then Jose Fuentes eventually did get to him.
Talk about never giving up. He was blocked on a play, but still came up with the tackle.
That's the heart and dedication from the man formerly from Sioux Falls. That's something that Denver has looked forward to seeing him do. This will be a 3rd offsides penalty on the Denver Nightwings, and this will result in a free play, and BDG picks up about 5, maybe 6 yards.
Yeah, Denver, they had a lot of transition this offseason, but it was primarily on the offensive side of the football. But again, as you said, undisciplined football with their 3rd penalty thus far on this contest. You know, they're just allowing Atlanta to continue to come out with these free plays on offense.
So maybe a little bit more coaching up will the new head coach Adam Wiseman have to do, especially for his defense, as Atlanta elects to take the penalty. And so it'll be another 1st down and 5 to go from the 43. Denver show blitz as they'll go with BDG on the far side as he nearly was sprung free, but he is able to pick up the 1st down before being absolutely trucked by Adam Wiseman.
You know, I would never second guess BDG, but if he cuts left instead of right, he is still running right now, Tyler.
He'd be loose again for his 2nd long run of the football game. That time only 5 yards, but it does result in a new set of downs for Atlanta. Quick pass, and he's all alone down the far sideline, down to the 9. That's Boo Chisholm.
And if Boo Chisholm can catch that ball cleanly, that's a touchdown. But yet, and still, he flips the field and setting up Atlanta inside the SFL red zone yet again.
Good reading of the defense by Bryant Dynasty. He didn't have the
Yeah.
football for a whole lot of time and just able to find Boo Chisholm there on the far side, and it's 1st and goal Swarm.
Well, he didn't have to. He was a fade route. He's his primary receiver on that play. And once Denver showed that cover 2 look, I believe it was either that or 3 strong, it was only a matter of time before he got the ball to his receiver.
They'll go ISO up the middle for BDG, sneaking through defenders and picking up solid yardage down to the Denver 3.
BDG is only, he's less than 6 feet, so perhaps they couldn't see him, but he was able to work his way through defenders, and almost scored a touchdown on that play.
So one former champ taking it to the current champs, the Atlanta Swarm, looking to go up by 2 touchdowns plus. BDG on the far side, trying to spin around, and instead will be taken down behind the line of scrimmage for maybe a loss of 1.
Yeah, once again, for the second time in this half, Denver does a great job of stretching BDG out wide. As he wanted to go just outside the tackle there, he had to bring it out wide, and they were waiting for him.
Under 7 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. Beat guy set, Hollywood on the call again, but he's only able to get back to the line of scrimmage, and so out comes the field goal unit for Atlanta.
Yeah, they undercut his legs and didn't give him an opportunity to score there. Great tackle out in the open field of BDG. That is not easy to do.
So on comes Sammy Steele to attempt what should be a chip shot from 21 yards out from the left hash.
Now, should he make this field goal, whether he does or not, it's still a 2-score game, and Denver still has plenty of opportunity to get back into this.
Plenty of opportunity and plenty of time. High snap, the kick is up, and it is through, and Atlanta extend the lead to 13. It's 26-13. Coverage of the SFL for the fans returns after the convention in week 4, Sunday, August 15th. It's an epic slate featuring Brian Craven, Doug Day, and Cameron Collier of Louisiana welcoming their old team, Lone Star, down to the Bayou. The high-flying DC Dragons in a rematch of last season's overtime thriller with the Mexico City Aztecs. Stay tuned to the SFL social channels and league website for updated kickoff times. Good return there from Riley Quintero, gets them to the 22, and out comes Denver. Like you mentioned there, Eddie, still got plenty of opportunity and plenty of time to put some more points up on the board and get back in this thing.
6:02 left. Do not panic. Stick to the script. Just find a way to finish these drives instead of settle for field goal attempts.
Shotgun set here on 1st down. We might see a heavy dose of passing from the Nightwings. It'll start with a dump off to O'Shaughnessy, and O'Shaughnessy stumbles a little bit and will be taken down for a loss of 2.
Closing speed is what that was. J-Rock flew to the football and met him behind the line of scrimmage.
That's something that this Atlanta Swarm have been talking up all offseason is this rookie, J-Rock the corner. 2nd round pick from Madison, has a lot of closing speed like you mentioned there, Eddie. 2nd and 12 now for the Nightwings. Split back formation. Price takes a 5-step drop, looking for an out route near side. Has his man who slips away from the tackle and then walks out of bounds. That's Logan Keel on the reception.
This 44 defense, it's been bend but not break. They continue to force Eric Price to throw this ball out short and try to get these receivers to make a play. Thus far, they have been unable to. Great game plan thus far by this coaching staff of Atlanta.
So 3rd and 5 coming up as Shaughnessy gets the call, and maybe an ill-advised call to go back to the run game. That has not been working today, and Atlanta stuff it. 4th and 8, deep in your own territory with 5 minutes to go, Eddie. Do you even go for it in this situation? You might if you're a little bit risky.
Yeah, you would consider it, but considering it's under 5 minutes left, you have all 3 timeouts. But wow, if you don't make it, you're going to be putting your defense in a critical spot, but there's not much time left.
So Matty Wiseman able to punt this one away as pressure was coming as Ryan Roosevelt calls for a fair catch at the 42, and it's a safe catch as he fumbled one
Yeah.
earlier, but able to keep safe hands on it this time, and the Swarm will come back out on offense.
His coach probably told him, listen, young man, we're up 2 scores. Don't even think about it. Just call for a fair catch and get off the field.
So there's Bryant Dynasty going back under center, offset single back. We might see a swing pass out to the far side. And indeed
will.
we do. BDG spins away from one, still fighting off defenders. That's 2 broken tackles and a first down for the 10-season vet, future Hall of Famer, BDG Hollywood.
And to point all that out, to finish that off, he did a great job of staying in bounds to keep the clock running.
That's what a 10-season vet will do. He has tremendous awareness and tremendous toughness. Every single play, he plays at 100% plus.
And you can see him holding on to the football with 2 hands as they were trying to strip that ball loose.
Trying everything and everything is this Denver defense to stop this dangerous back. Offset eye behind Bryant Dynasty inside Denver territory. Handoff Hollywood near side has a hole, and it quickly closes up after a pickup of 4 as the Denver Nightwings swarmed to the Swarm halfback.
You just talked about him being a Hall of Famer, and he just showed why right there. That play designed to go outside the right tackle. There was nothing there. He cut it up inside with a guard actually just left and still picked up 4 yards. Great run by BDG.
Atlanta just willing to milk as much time off his clock as possible, under 3.5 to go here in the last quarter of regulation. Denver show blitz up the middle as Atlanta continue to let the clock drain. Hollywood again on the call, has blockers, spins into the tackler and is taken down after a pickup of maybe 2. That's Nick Kindler, the 4-season vet, taking down the 10-season vet.
And I believe that was the left guard, number 76. Had he made that block, BDG scores a touchdown. He's going to walk into the end zone.
Denver just wanting to contain BDG, maybe pick up this 3rd down, which will be crucial for them. They're outside Sammy Steele's range, and they're going to need a stop here to contain any hopes that they will have a comeback in this one. Blitz being shown again by Denver. They'll back off. Dynasty looks near side. That's into double coverage, triple coverage.
Ooh.
Picked off by Denver. And he fumbled the football. And it goes out of bounds, but Denver will retake possession on their own 30.
Talk about a crazy chain of events. Dynasty continues to flirt with disaster, and this time they make him pay. He throws his first interception of the season. It's batted around and eventually picked off by Vasquez, who returns, but Jamal Woody not giving up on the play, forces a fumble, but unfortunately for Atlanta, they are able to recover the football. And Denver, finally, after several attempts to pick that ball off, gets there first, and they needed it right here with just under 2.5 to play.
And that's not just the first for Denver, but that's the first turnover in this football game. A pretty clean performance, besides offsides penalties, but Price is going to get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. He was swarmed in the backfield, and it's a loss of 7.
Chris Porter.
They'll hurry back up to the line. Price again under center, trips to his left. Play action, pressure coming again. This time he's able to find his man on the out route and gets past the original line of scrimmage. And will mark him right at the line of scrimmage, for a pickup of 7.
And going to stop the clock to give him one more play before their 2-minute warning. So right now, Atlanta knows that Denver needs to pass the ball to get back into this contest. They're going to set that defensive line and turn them loose.
Send them all. Send the house. Try and get to this rookie quarterback. Throw him off his game. All slants pattern over the middle. Price under pressure, and he's able to get the pass off before he's taken down. So an incomplete pass, which stops the clock as Leo Jefferson that'll give him a quarterback hurry.
Yes, it will. And force an incomplete pass. This Atlanta defensive line, I mean, they haven't been most consistent today, but in the second half, they put on a better showing. And with Denver needing the pass, it's a lot easier to get to the quarterback.
All gun straights again. Do or die time, 4th and 10 from their 31. Price back to pass, out route, near side, well short of the marker, and Atlanta will take over with 2 minutes and 1 second to go.
The only good news about that play is that it's 1 second before the 2-minute warning, so we're going to get a free timeout. But, I mean, I don't care if they're in cover 12. You have to throw that ball up and hope one of your receivers can make a play. That was not the time to audible.
So after that, Denver is going to be backed up in their own territory on defense. Atlanta maybe just at field goal range. So all they have to do now is milk the clock, make Denver waste their timeouts, and this should be their ball game. Dynasty over the middle. That's nearly picked off. I don't understand why you would throw in that situation, and it nearly backfired on them. But we've reached the 2-minute warning here in the 4th quarter. Atlanta leading and have the football with 2 minutes to go. Week 2 continues Saturday on Next Level Sports. Coverage starts at 2:30 p.m. Eastern with the Louisiana Revolution taking on the Charleston Predators, followed by the Battle of Florida between the Storm and the Jacksonville Kings. Bonus coverage includes London, Queen City, and Vancouver Lone Star. EDG does get the call here on 2nd down and has plenty of room to run there on the far side, picking up 8 yards, and Denver will indeed use a timeout there, Eddie Gage.
Now, Denver just burned their first timeout. It's 3rd and 2. If they can get off the field, they are still within this contest because they can complete 2 touchdowns and convert 2 two-point conversions. Despite the difficulty, it is possible, but they got to find a way to get off the field here on 3rd down.
Absolutely, and we're going to need a little bit of magic and a little bit of luck to make it happen. Handoff, Hollywood up the middle. He's stopped for a gain of 1 yard short of the marker. And indeed, Atlanta will have to send out the kicking team.
Yeah, so Sammy's still going to come out onto the field here. Attempt was going to be about a 43-yard field goal. And Denver, their offense has not delivered today, but wow, I mean, they still have an opportunity here, but it's going to take a lot of things to go right for that to happen.
So Sammy Steele on to attempt his 5th field goal of the football game. He's hit from 45 earlier today. This one from 43. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good. He's a perfect 5 for 5 on the day, and Atlanta stretched the lead. It's 29-13, and now a tough spot for this Denver offense coming up here, Eddie. Like you said, need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions to make something happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tall task, but if anyone can do it, it's going to be these world champions, perhaps them in the Vancouver Legion. But I mean, never say never. We'll see how it unfolds here in a moment.
And it's all going to start with the return by Riley Quintero. His return starts right at the goal line, taking this one to the near side, then cuts it back to the middle, and he's taken down at the 23. So a tough, tall task, as you put it there, Eddie, for the rookie quarterback, Eric Price.
Yeah, I mean, he's not quite the veteran yet, at least, as Denver's quarterback who just won him a championship. But we'll see what he's made of here with 141 left.
3 wide receivers near side, Price under center. They'll go play action, and it's a quick dump off over the middle. That one's hauled in by Graham Canyon, and it's a 1st down, but they still got a long way to go. Under 1:30 left to go now. Back in under center. Price back to pass again, looking far side. That's caught on the sideline, but inbounds though, Rulets. The clock continues to run. Only 1 timeout for Denver. They have to hurry up and get down the field in a much quicker pace than they're showing right now. Price, under center, still under center, now takes the snap, tries to find Graham Canyon again, and that one's nearly picked off. Incomplete, 3rd down.
It should have been picked off. I thought it was going to be picked off after the deflection there, but they were unable to come down with it. But it does stop the clock for Denver.
So
despite the success that Denver has had with that play action pass, Atlanta has done a great job defending it.
Absolutely. This is 4-down territory the rest of the way, so this 3rd down could result in a 1st down, or if they want to, they can Throw it short. This time, deep pass, near side. That one's hauled in. Riley Quintero shoots off a tackle and then walks out of bounds with exactly 1 minute left to go.
35 of 42 for 318 yards. Sounds like a great day of offense, but they need to find a way to turn these drives into touchdowns if they're going to get back into this contest. Riley did a great job of fighting off the tackle and getting out of bounds to stop the clock.
So now into Atlanta territory on the 34. They're back in this formation that they've been going back to all game long. 3 wide and another play action pass. This time, pressure comes from the outside, and it's BRV, Billy Ray Valentine in the sack. 2nd and 16, another play action. Price pumps once, finds his man on the outside, who falls out of bounds after picking up the reception. That's Bryce Battle.
Bryce Battle with another reception on this drive is going to stop the clock, keeping the little life that Denver has left. That pulse is fading away, but it's still breathing, and they still have an opportunity to come back into this ball game.
I think here, Eddie, they have to get into the end zone of the next 2 plays, or it might just be curtains for this Denver offense. Price back to pass again. It's a short pass underneath. Jeremy Mosley hauls it in, and Denver will use their final timeout on 4th down.
Out of the 4-4 defense, they played bend but don't break. Give them everything underneath and tackle them short of the line of game. Here they come out and cover 12, force them to throw the ball underneath, make the tackle short of the line of game again. They have to go for it here on 4th down.
Biggest play of the football game for the Atlanta defense coming up. Gun straight package. Price all over the gun. 4th and ball game. Price over the middle. That's caught by Riley Quintero for the first down. They can't stop the clock unless they spike it. Under 30 seconds to go. Price hurries to the line. And one of the members of Atlanta is slow to get up and get on their side of the football, which is taking more time off the clock as Price finally snaps it and stops the clock.
Stop the clock with 23 seconds. It's all or never. It's now or never for this Denver offense. They have to get into the end zone if they're going to give them offense a chance to even get an onside kick and try to work their way back downfield.
Denver needs a touchdown quickly in order to have a shot of coming back in this football game. 23 seconds left to go on the ticker. 3 wide. Eric Price in the gun with Bailey O'Shaughnessy to his left. Quick pass over the middle. Tipped and picked off. That's going to be ball game as it's hauled in by J-Rock to seal this one for the Swarm.
Yeah, they were unable to come down with the reception. It's batted off of his chest. I believe that was Jeremy Mosley on a deflection. And the ball bounces right up into J-Rock's hands. And that was a thanks for coming, good night, and drive home safely moment right there for this Atlanta offense.
Absolutely. Atlanta are back up into their own territory, but with Denver having no timeouts, they just need positive yards. The backups are in, and it's a handoff up to the right side by Riley Freeman for a pickup of 4, and the clock is just going to run out here, Eddie. The Swarm, the season 14 champs, take down the defending champs here at home.
Yeah, they did a great job of playing bend but don't break defense. Early on, it did not look like it was going to work out for them, but they continued to force Denver to fall short of the first down marker and either punt the ball away or set up a field goal attempt. They did not allow them to the end zone until late in this contest, and as a result of that, their offense did just enough. As Denver's defense came to play today as well. Atlanta exploded last week versus London. Denver, being the world champs they are, you knew they weren't going to give up that kind of production to this Atlanta offense. I don't care how good they are, but Atlanta did just enough to win, keep themselves separated from this Denver offense, so they can keep with their basic game plan coming into the contest. And Atlanta, after a heartbreaking loss last week, rebounds in front of their home fans and walks away with a much-needed W, as they did not want to start the season 0-2.
Absolutely. It was a balanced game plan, both from BDG Hollywood on the ground and through Bryant Dynasty in the air, close to 260 yards for the man from Hawaii, and Atlanta will take home the victory. Eddie, who was your player of the game today?
I mean, I mean, despite some of the tough throws he made, and ill-advised throws he made, I believe it's going to go to Bryant Dynasty. I mean, Ryan Roosevelt, the rookie, had a touchdown off his only catch. But I think just looking at the totality of how everything's shaked out, Bryant Dynasty is going to win this play of the game. But I think some kudos should be given to his offensive line, who gave him the protection he needed to make those throws downfield.
Absolutely. Let's see who the pundits have picked for the player of the game. They're going to go with BDG Hollywood. 121 yards, 1 touchdown on the day, and a solid all-around performance for the Atlanta Swarm. Well, a special thanks goes out to Justin Reside, our statistician, and to Cameron Irvine, our producer and commissioner. And of course, Eddie, thanks for having me along for the ride. It's been a great day today here in Atlanta. The Swarm take home the victory, 29-13. You have been watching the SFL, presented by APM Music on Twitch. And until next time, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Post-game coverage comes up next.
Arizona, I love y'all. Let's go.